terms of that, as far as where we run out of capacity, that's kind of what you're kind of asking. Yeah, so we have, right now we have 3,300 seats in our elementary pre-K through 5. Once elementary 5 opens, it would go up to 4,150. However, we could not complete 5 the way with 850 seats if we don't have this, right? So we'd have to back off a couple hundred, probably about 230 seats in that campus. That would reduce that. So we're, just as we've been working through this, essentially, we're expecting 33% enrollment increase in elementary over the next 5 years. We have, right now, we only have 3% capacity available in our elementaries. So even when we bring on elementary 5, not at full capacity, would be less than the 33% that we'll have over 5 years. So obviously, from an elementary perspective, we will run out of space in the next 5 years without this. And so we'll be looking at portables. One of the challenges there, number one, is portables come out of your M&O side, which is your side of your bucket, essentially, that's paying for teacher raises, supplies, resources, and things like that. Secondly, we have 5 different municipalities we work with, and not all the municipalities allow portables. And so it would take some working with the towns there and getting some special permissions to even put those in. And I think portables, on average right now, about $250,000 a piece. And then, of course, you've got the safety and security aspect of securing those whenever they're not inside the building. So those are kind of the pieces that we have to be looking at there. From a middle school perspective, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Even when we open, when 407 middle school opens over here, if we were to move all the middle school kids over there, we're already just under 1,200 7th and 8th graders. Again, I think it's right at 3%. We are already at capacity with just like 3%. For that next year, we're already over at 105%. So that's why we intend to, the plan is to transition to 2 middle schools in 26 and go ahead and leave some of the eastern zone at 377, because as soon as we move them over, we're gonna have to move them back out if we do that the very next year. And so if we have those students at 377, and then we transition to second high school in 2027, if we don't have the second middle school that's on this bonded and be able to open in 29, we would have to rezone again, because we can't get everyone that's in the eastern side in that campus, because we'll have to leave at 612 like it used to be. So that's kind of a middle school perspective. As far as a high school perspective, we currently have 2,100 seats over here. It really can't function at 2,100, especially without the connector. So you're looking at about 1,700, 1,750. We're already at 1,650. So if depending on, we're you know, a really low percentage of capacity left. As far as enrollment projection being at 2,202 in 2027, it's projected to be at already over that, and so we'll transition to the second high school, and that gives us, we'll have a 64% enrollment increase in those grade levels in the next 5 years, in 9 through 12, because all of these grade levels are moving up. So, so that's kind of what we're facing. We're facing an issue of portables out of the M&O, not having land for even to be able to plan, and capacity. Running out of capacity within 5 years across the district. So that may be more than you want to know, but we kind of talk about it every day. So yeah. So.
I mean, next year our elementary schools are going to be essentially full.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be full again.
And the middle school is going to be basically full the year it opens.
Correct. Yeah, it would be right at, let's see, 11, let me see if I've got the
80 or something?
Yes, 1187, and it's 1,200 capacity. And with our elementaries, we will have all sections that those schools are built for. If it's 7 or 8 or whatever it is, we'll have teachers in every classroom next year. We've already been working through that. In fact, we'll talk about that at the budget workshop tomorrow. We will have teachers in every classroom at every campus next year for sections open.
Basically, every elementary school is full, the middle school will be full when it opens. The high school that sits here today is basically full.
Yes, from a functional standpoint, it is, yes.
And the lead time to construct school buildings
Through 3 to 4 years it's taking.
And so if you're growing at 8, 9, 10,
Right.
12% a year.
Right. And when you look at the yearly growth rate, year over year over year, if you added all 10 of those up, that's going to be less than what the actual growth rate is for 10 years, because it's compounded. So That's why the 86, if you just added up ours right now, we say 77, but that's not accurate. You can't just add those up. You've gotta do the current to the 10-year and get the actual. So that's why the difference in the 86 and 77.